Okay, so let's do the rest of the part of the performance metrics, maybe whatever. Alice designs a 2 gigahertz processor. Alice एक 2 gigahertz का प्रोसेसर बनाती है whatever core where program A and B both are identical. Taking 1 second for illustration. 1.5 CPI. Okay. And yeah. Alien, whatever her name was, designs a new processor with now for A and B some tweaks. CPI is 1.1 for this and 1.4 decrease closer to 1 for this, and execution time is not on. But think about it, the processor used is still going to be using the same ISA. So the number of instructions are still going to be the same for A and for B, and they are identical for this. As you can see, every value is identical, so they are identical threads. So कोई भी एक के लिए कैलकुलेशन कर लो यहाँ से, तो 1 second equals 1.5 into 1/2 gigahertz into 1.5 number of instructions. ये obviously seconds में कट गया, तो number of instruction जो आएगा वो आएगा 2G by 1.5, जो कि है 1.5 कितना होता है 3/2 4/3 गीगा. ये आया 1.4/3 गीगा इंस्ट्रक्शंस. 4/3, और ये इतना कॉम्प्लेक्स है जो प्रोसेसर 2 बन रहा है कि इसमें क्लॉक टाइमिंग जो है वो आई थिंक 0.6 नैनो सेकेंड्स है. ये क्वेश्चन आई थिंक 6 नैनो सेकेंड्स. ओके, सो ET क्या होगा? ET in seconds is 0.6 into 10 की पावर -9. No, pico is 10 की पावर -12. Let me remember. Hecto kilo. Okay. Deci is centi milli. Then micro is -6 nano. Yeah. 10 - 9 into, in case of suppose A 1.1 times 4/3 GG in terms of A. ET for is 1.5 times 4/3 G into 0.6 into 10 to the -9 GG. Okay. So this is for B. Yeah. Okay. So execution time of B in seconds is, calculate करो यार ये फालतू. 3 5 is 15.5, 5 6 is 30, 10 की पावर -11, 30 into 10 की पावर -11, 3 into 10 की पावर -10, 3 into 10 की पावर -10. या ये गया, ये भी गया पूरा, into 4G. G जो होता है वो होता है अपना 10 की पावर 9, 10 की पावर -1 बचेगा, तो 4 3 12, 1.2 seconds. So execution time for B is 1.2 seconds. डिफरेंस क्या आने वाला है? अबे ये क्या हो गया? 1.4 है ना, ये 1.4 है. ये क्या कर रहा है यार? ये 1.4 है. गलत है 1.2 अबे 1.2 कैसे हुआ कुछ भी कर रहा हूँ कुछ भी ये 1.5 कैसे है कुछ भी मतलब वो छोड़ो एग्जीक्यूशन टाइम ऑफ ए कैलकुलेट करते हैं पहले तो फिर उसके बाद एग्जीक्यूशन टाइम ऑफ क्या भी कैलकुलेट कर लेंगे तो मैं इतनी मेहनत क्यों करना पड़ेगा वैसे क्यों कर रहा हूँ ये तो कट ही गया दोनों तो 4/3 मैं क्यों कर रहा हूँ 0.6 हाँ ये गीगा हाँ बिल्कुल सही था 1 सेकेंड इनका तो प्रोसेसर की क्लॉक स्पीड ही बदल गई ना इसलिए वहाँ पे 1 सेकेंड आ रहा है कुछ भी करता हूँ यार मैं तो ये तो कटने ही वाला है हमेशा और ये 3 से कट जाएगा तो 3 to the 0.2 times 4.8 तो ये तो हमेशा 0.8 ही हो जाएगा तो 0.8 ए के केस में 0.8 गलत है 0.8 इंटू 1.1 और 1.4 इंटू 0.8 ए के केस में ये बी के केस में barring the calculation mistakes this is probably 88.88 seconds for A execution time and for B it is like 11 1.12 what the heck it cannot be no how can it be 1 4 3 8 1 7 1.12 seconds it actually increased wow that was unexpected completely so of course in case of processor 1 execution time for A 1 second for processor 2 execution time decreased 1.12 seconds so obviously execution time increased for processor for thread B or program B in case of new processor and for A it decreased that's performance and obviously performance is 1 over execution time of a system with respect to a single thread we can also do that but this is sufficient सब पूछा क्या था so how are you saying it outperforms like how in case of like the I don't know I really don't know in case of A we can individually find it and in case of B also we can individually find it so what's the point I don't really understand this is the table that's correct though okay there's no idea of response time and there's only idea of there's no throughput as such because we don't know the multi-core and all response time is obviously individually decreased and increased of different threads but that doesn't mean anything to be really honest so the idea is there are two programs A and B in the processor 1 what one can do is take probably the geometric mean of these two values which is 1 similarly for proposed and then that is obviously we are not going to do that that's the idea that's how they because that's a standard process with 29 set programs and 12 integer and 17 floating programs and then they take the geometric mean and there's a grade for your system's performance but Probably here it is asking about individual performance with respect to the singular threads A and B. So that's the idea. Um. So yeah, I didn't. So does Elena's new processor outperform Alice's processor on programming? Individually, they're asking. But now it makes sense. I was so stupid. I didn't see. So when I talk about this column individually and this column individually, it all makes sense. On a single thread, we can compare. So let this be X and this be the processor one only. We can uh, actually say that the speed up. So speed up of P1 over P2 is what? The performance. We can also like performance of one is basically the 1 over execution time. So but that's not the idea. We just should know the inverse relation and then we calculate the speed up. Speed up is more important. Performance is the execution time of 2 over 0.88 by 1. So the processor 1 is 0.88 times faster. Wow. So the speed of processor 1 is decreased. So there is no picture. So better to like calculate the performance decrement here, which is I think 0.12. So there's 12% performance decrement in case of A and 12% performance increment in case of B individually. Wow, quite symmetric. So Elena's new processor does not outperform Alice's processor in terms of A. In fact, there's 12% of performance decrement on its execution. Although it does outperform, as there is 12% of execution improvement in terms of B. So yeah, she did a better job in terms of program B in her processor. So that makes sense. Then this is very easy question, so I will do it quickly. Your smartphone consumes WhatsApp, meanwhile Twitter, Facebook, Twitter. तो इसमें जो एनर्जी जूल्स में आएगी वो होगी पावर 3 वाट इंटू फॉर एन आवर 1 घंटा. ये आई थिंक सेकेंड्स में होगी. जूल वॉट आवर आई डोंट थिंक इट इज़ एन आवर बट डजेंट मैटर. दोनों की यूनिट एज लॉन्ग एज सेम है. 4 watt into half hour. Let the unit be same. So 3 watt hour. There might be some standard unit, but doesn't matter. This is 2 watt hour. 3 watt hour एनर्जी डिसिपेट होगी और इधर से 2 watt hour एनर्जी डिसिपेट होगी. पूछा क्या, विच ऑफ द टू एप्स इज बिगर डेली ड्रेन इन योर स्मार्टफोन्स बैटरी. ऑफ कोर्स फेसबुक, कि वो 2 watt hour एनर्जी डिसिपेट करेगा even when the mobile is idle. So yeah, there's no question of Emerald's law though. Power dynamic leakage. Yeah, this is it. Now probably the last question. Um, yeah, this I will do afterwards. It's already 15 minutes again.